everyone to another episode of the Definitive Crusade. I am your host as always, joining the machine Hughes, and joining me from across the pond, no COVID restrictions on podcasting. We are COVID safe. We are socially distanced by at least the continent and a bit. And we have the random dude Josh. Josh, how's it going?
It's going. How are you, Johnny?
I'm very well. My local comic book shop still isn't open. Go figure. But you know, everything's all right. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm handling the withdrawal symptoms well.
I mean, you're not wearing a Green Lantern onesie, so you haven't gone off the deep end yet.
2 seconds, my friend. You know, you shouldn't have said it. 2 seconds.
Oh, son of a bitch! What? I said onesie.
Since rearranging the house, we now podcast in my comic book room. So there you go. How's about one of those bad boys?
Oh yeah, but see, the problem is I see Catwoman staring over your shoulder, judging you for wearing that.
You don't see what else she judges me for wearing. That's another story altogether. And joining us back from the Phantom Zone, Freyja. Welcome back. How are you doing?
Great. And unlike you two, I live with cowboys, so I don't have any COVID restrictions at all.
Hey, there you go. Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, cool. Right, so we're back on the DC trail. New books out. We've got a new number one. We're talking about DCeased Dead Planet number one. All right, so this is written by Tom Taylor, art by Trevor Hairsine, inks by Gigi Baldassini and Stefano Guadagnino. Probably maybe said that wrong. Colors Rain Burrido and letters by Sergio Temofonte. Cool. Who would like to, Freyja, as you missed last time, you can start us off. There you go.
Okay. So honestly, I actually quite enjoyed this. It was kind of giving me some Green Lantern flashbacks from back with the Black Ring and all that. So I like it. I also like having Damian being Batman and John being Superman. You know, I like their personalities a bit better. They just seem to mesh better. Also, I like the colors. I like the artwork. It's very, for the most part, there are little things I don't like about the artwork. Like John's face when he reunites with Crypto, all of a sudden his jaw just kind of like juts out. It gets really long.
It's kind of like a.
Yeah, his not like elongate. It's just weird. I do not like that. But overall, I like everything. I like Black Canary being a Green Lantern. It's pretty. I'm looking forward to it. Reading the rest of this. It's interesting. Also, I can't think of anything really super negative unless it's just me being ultra nitpicky. It is issue 1 though, so I mean, they always have room to, you know, upset me later.
Did either of you read the first book? Josh, I think you read DCeased, didn't you? The first series.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like a play in the same park, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I like this a lot. I like having John as Superman, Damian as Batman. It's a different. I mean, it's a new Justice League. It's something new that I think all readers are going to appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how dark it was. The way it started off with John Constantine sitting in the bar, it reminded me of Justice League Dark Apocalypse.
Yeah, that's what I thought, definitely.
Because that animated movie, which is fantastic, by the way, started off the exact same way, even with Zatanna showing up. I mean, it was just a well put together story. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed seeing Wonder Woman rip off Cyborg's head. Just
She gave him the match of the Lord.
She did, yeah. That I wasn't expecting that, and when it happened, I was like, "Oh shit!" But it was a good oh shit. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed like the banter between Damien and John. Just very well put together. I am with Freyja. It was kind of weird that John's jaw dislodged when Crypto showed up. And I'm honestly okay having Dinah as a Green Lantern.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it works.
Because she's not relying solely on the ring.
Yeah. She's it's a bit of a conceit, isn't it? The fact she's still got all the superpowers and she's an expert fighter, so that hasn't gone away anytime soon.
So I am all on board for Black Canary being a Green Lantern. Okay. I hope they continue that direction with her, because I think she would actually make the Lantern Corps a little more exciting.
Well, you say that, but the last time they had a character that could, give us something different in the Lanterns was Jessica Cruz. And you could argue Simon Baz. But both of those have been been poorly serviced by DC in recent years.
True.
And then what would you put in Birds of Prey? No one else would buy Birds of Prey. It can't be just another Harley book, can it?
Well, it's already a Harley book, so take a break from Birds of Prey. Take a break from Suicide Squad. Take a break from Harley. Let's focus on Dinah being a lantern.
Okay.
Let's see what that brings.
Okay. Given that I didn't read the first series that much, and plus I kind of got bored with. I did read the first issue. I kind of got bored. I was worried that it was going to turn into Marvel Zombies. I quite enjoyed this book, right up until the point where the heroes do something stupid, like go back to the planet. It's like, we've got this planet, it's all curfewed off, we don't go there no matter what, but apart from, let's go there. It's like, they're just asking for trouble.
Well, that's the same as any sort of Hollywood logic.
Yeah, I get it. And I know I'm being a bit sarky with this, because if they decide, oh, look, we've got a message, we're not going, the series is pretty much be over. So, I get I'm being a little bit, facetious with my comments.
I must say, I did enjoy the maintain social distance ad in this issue with Plastic Man.
Plastic Man in the Flash.
I think this one is probably my favorite now.
Okay, cool.
Honestly, John, with them doing something stupid, I just chalk it up to, well, they're a bunch of stupid kids for the most part. Like, what are they? And it's been 5 years, so what? That makes them early 20s, late teens. Most of them, like Damien and them, because Damien was, 13, 14, so they're not exactly the brightest.
She's not wrong.
I mean, who makes Lois Lane president of the planet? Like, everyone's kind of a little stupid. Sorry, she don't know what she's doing.
Well, when she's got the Boy of Steel as her military might, I think that has something to do with it. So.
Yeah, then we should call it dictator for life, not president.
All good shouts. So, Tom Taylor, I remember reading his stuff when he was on Earth 2 after he took over from Robinson, and he likes this alternative Earth stuff. I think he's the guy that Scott Snyder wishes he could be, because there's been how many different alternative DC Universe books have we read over the last 6 months? You've got Metal. Yeah, you've got Metal, you've got the Death Metal, you've got Last Night, you've got all the different areas. Here's a question for you then. Which of the alternative DC universes have you enjoyed the most?
Dead Planet.
Dead Planet, okay, cool. Freyja?
Recently?
Yeah.
Can I pass on that?
You most certainly can. So back to this book. So Trevor Hairsign's art is decent. I agree with you both. Saw his work on Definitive for Valiant a few years back. Sometimes the perspectives can be a little bit off. And on that first couple of panels where John's in the bar, there's this panel where he looks like he's missing an eye. I don't know what's going on there. It seems like art-wise, it seems like a less dynamic David Finch. with more focus on setup rather than the wow factor big panels, which I don't mind, to be fair. I agree that the colours by Ray and Burrido are absolutely gorgeous. The dark, the scary, they're everything that like a kind of superhero horror book should be, I suppose. I was really, really impressed. I was really surprised that I enjoyed this book as much as I did. Definitely.
Is it because it's something new and we're getting something different and Joker's not involved?
It's probably because the Joker's not involved yet. That's obviously a thing.
Don't jinx it, damn it.
Yeah,
But-
no.
But the flip of it is, I suppose, is that Taylor's also the guy that wrote Injustice, the comic book for Injustice. So he's used to meshing with the original ideas, and it just seems, it seems better somehow the fact that you're using John, not Clark, that you're using Damien, not Bruce, using Cassie, not Diana. So it feels like the new characters, even if they are in somewhat familiar poses and in ways, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
so,
they do reference it as, the new Hall of Justice, the new Justice League. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully it picks up and people really like it. I've got to say I was impressed with it massively impressed with it. Okay, cool. So there's one up already. Super popular. Cool. Next one up is the Bat book nobody talks about. We're talking, of course, Detective. This is number 1023. We are 5 issues away. 4, 5, 6. No, 4 issues away. My maths is wrong. 4 issues from the big 1027, which will be 1,000 issues of Batman, apart from the issues where he wasn't in it, replaced by Batwoman. Of course, we're not going to count those. So this is written by, I guess, the long-term scribe on Detective now for a while, is Peter J. Tomasi. Art by Brad Walker. Inks by Andrew Hennessy. Colours by Brad Anderson. And letters by Rob Lee. The latter two, of course, had worked on Doomsday Clock and a raft of other big books as well. So, Josh, this was your call. Talk to us about Detective.
So, when I first started reading it, I'm like, okay, I know I've been very harsh as far as I'm done with Joker stories, but let's see. So, jumping into the book, I'm like, okay, Joker's doing Joker things. It is what it is. I do like the design of this Joker. He is truly psychotic and holy shit. Absolutely insane. But I like the fact that the premise of the story does not revolve around Joker.
No.
Which I appreciated. I did have a few issues. I enjoyed the fight scene with Batman and Hugo Strange. And, having Mad Hatter into the mix. Again, we've said multiple times on this show that we want to have stories where we're seeing other villains aside from Joker. Yes, he was in the first little bit. But he's not really a big presence in this book. Again, which I appreciated. My issue was the fight that Batman has with Harvey Dent in the massive mech bat suit. I'm sorry, but if a big suit like that, like shoulder charges you, bitch slaps you, you're not going to be able to just get up. Like, Batman should have been jacked up. He should not have gotten up at all. But again, comic book logic says otherwise. But, I mean, a lot of action. I love the fact that it wasn't wordy at all. Not even with Batman's inner monologues. Because he tends to go on and on and on and on and on with his monologues. He didn't on this one. This is a very action-filled book. So, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Aside from the little odd quirks that Batman should have died on at least 3 occasions. So, but, what do I know?
Yeah, cool. All right, fair shout. Freyja, what did you think? I'm looking at the art and I'm thinking you've got to have something to say about this. Surely, heavens to Murgatroyd.
So you are not wrong. I agree with Josh. I like this Joker's design. He's very maniacal looking. I also like, I guess his name's Lincoln March. Is that right?
Yep.
I really, really like his design, especially at the very end, the last panel. I think that I like that a lot. It looks pretty interesting, pretty cool in my opinion. However, once again, I kind of gave it leeway story-wise because it's just kind of like leading up to something. So, but and I like seeing Mad Hatter and Hugo Strange. I don't know why Hugo is in a patient scrubs outfit, but I mean, okay, he can wear whatever he wants, I guess. But okay, art-wise, sorry, there's so wrong with just Batman by himself in this. Like on the page, what is it, page 12? What page is this?
Is it page 11 where he's jumping across the yellow sky?
Page 10. Well, not 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's mostly his head area. I don't know. There's something wrong with it, and I don't know why. It might be proportions. It might.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's something off, and I can't quite pinpoint it. But I feel like it has something to do with his head. Maybe it's his jaw.
Is it the way that the mask? So like the exposed part of his face, I don't know. Like, and I'm sure you guys will see my motions in the video, but it comes up and then it all of a sudden takes this weird angle up into the cheekbone. So there's this like little slit here for the cheekbone, and then
it makes him have a like an elongated jaw.
Freyja's banging right.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything else seems to be normal to a degree, but that face just kind of it throws the whole thing off. And then, like you said, Johnny, the very next page, his torso has been like dislocated or removed from the lower half of his body because there's no way his chest with the emblem is facing one direction like that, and that far jutted out, with his back, and then having his legs going a completely different direction. It's just no, but unless you have a disjointed, torso, your body doesn't move that way. Also, the shading doesn't make any sense because his chest is all lit up and his face is facing the same direction as his chest, but for some reason it's completely covered in shadow. And it doesn't make any sense why his face would be completely covered in shadow because his arm is behind him. His other arm that is in front of him is facing down, and I don't want to be mean to comic book artists, but get one of those little dolls, for proportions and lighting, put a little light on it and see where the lighting is. So if it bothers me, you guys are professionals, you know what I'm saying, I'm not being mean because I would have had my ass handed to me in an art class if I did something like this. So just saying, maybe just be a little more cautious with the shading, I guess, and portions and where things are.
Yeah,
I feel like Batman, though, when he's like that particular panel that you're referencing, he's like trying to pull a Spider-Man move because that's something Spider-Man would do.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but Spider-Man can't dislocate his upper torso, though. It makes more sense with that.
How many Spider-Man books have you read?
I don't.
Good call. I think you're absolutely right. I think that first panel, like that double page spread, the head looks bigger. If you look at his right arm, the right arm's quite short, so you'd expect the head to be in proportion. It's not. It's not helped by the fact, I don't think, that his left leg, which should, like his thigh, should be completely in shadow, but they've managed to put like some grey hash in there to try and do some muscle shape, and all that does is pull your eye away from the base of the thigh. So you think, well, hold on a second, that thigh doesn't look as big now. I agree with the next panel as well. dislocated belly. In fact, he has no belly. It goes chest to waist. The mask is hidden. The face is hidden, which is a trick that happens later on in the book as well. Looking at, I mean, to be fair, Brett Walker's been on this book a couple of issues, like a fair few issues now. I think it was around when he did the Arkham Knight storyline. I'm not sure if he's found his style yet, because it's like sometimes he's got like the Batman animated style head going on, but then he tries to do something a little bit more, I don't know, normal, if that's such a word, when it comes to comic book art. Story-wise, I like the fact how all the villains are villains who know who Bruce Wayne is, which, to be fair, is pretty much everyone now.
Well, that's Batman's fault for telling them, for telling everyone, yeah, I'm Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman.
Yeah, the whole Mad Hatter and Hugo Strange, of course. Lincoln March was used last in, was it the Snyder Batman Court of Owls? Yeah, it was the dude. It's from that. So who's supposed to be the half brother of Bruce Wayne? So story wise, it kind of makes some sense. The whole fight with Two-Face, though, to me, that could have just been any goon. Because I think to myself, if I'm seeing Two-Face, I want to see the coin. I want to see the Two-Face things. This isn't Two-Face. It's just a dude just being, being mean and moody.
Yeah.
Or just mean, I suppose.
They could have just substituted Two-Face in the mech with just Bane by himself.
Yeah.
Could have just would have made more sense. Also, Two-Face is wearing the mech and it has missile launchers on it. Why isn't he using the missile launchers?
Because he doesn't have a coin for his mech suit. He can't get his.
So he can't go.
Yeah, his fingers are too big.
Should I use the missiles?
Pocket. Yeah. I think, whilst the Joker design looks all right, I think it's completely pointless to have him in it. Because I think to myself, I've read Batman 94, and in fact, the whole Batman run is the setup for the Joker War. Having him pop up in this doesn't add anything to that at all, other than release the owl or the Talon, I should say.
Well, even the title of the book, Joker Hears a Who, which I did get a kick out of that. It doesn't really tie into the story at all.
Yeah, no, not at all.
My main issue with the first part was, like you said, it's not needed. It's kind of like, when you're watching a movie, you don't want to see the big reveal at the beginning and then be like, surprise!
Yeah, yeah, that's a shout.
Surprise. I mean, you just told me what's gonna happen. Like, it's like, oh, everyone dies, but let me show you like a 2.5-hour movie of everyone dies.
And this is why the search for Spock didn't do well, because they all knew they'd find him. All right. Return of the Jedi Return. Great. Okay, cool. All right. So bear that in mind when you name your films and your plot your comic books out. All right. Make sure you don't give the store away early on. All good points. Whilst we talk about giving stores away, I'm going to check online to see if my store's ever going to open again. Whilst I'm doing that, why don't you guys listen to one of our other adverts, one of our other fantastic shows on the UCPN? Take it away.
Got anything yet? Nah, nothing. Well, turn around like your radar satellite. Yeah, all right.
You know how difficult it is to drive in handcuffs and talk on the phone at the same time? Phones don't belong in cars. I gotta take it!
can't believe something this stupid would work. Get off me, Frey!
Don't fly yourself, you stupid idiot. This is exactly the way I planned it.
I am gonna tear you up tonight.
I have the power! Yeah, let me tell you something. I lie, I cheat, I steal, I screw people over. This is how I make my living, you idiots!
Wolf's fish. Wilson, my man.
What? What about Wilson fish?
You're one big time fish.
Screw fish.
Well, thanks a lot for that, Lance. You're back here with TDC, with The Machine, Random Dude Josh, and Freyja. It's been a while since we've vectored into a certain book. Some would say for a good reason, others maybe not so. But we are going to check out the Green Lantern Season 2, number 5 of 12. This is written by Grant Morrison. Art by Liam Sharp, although some may surprise looking through this book. Colours by Steve Oliff and letters by Steve Wand. Freyja, this is your choice. We don't normally hang out in Sector 2814 that much from that point of view. So what was it about the book? What did you like? Take us through it.
So yes, contrary to most people, I actually kind of enjoyed the artwork. It was just kind of it put me in a throwback type of mood with it. Kind of old schooly, I guess, in my mind, which I enjoyed. And I don't know if I'm just not putting pieces together or what, but I was confused about the whole time skipping around thing. I thought the person that Hal Jordan was fighting was the same guy at the beginning. I'm like, but he's not. So I don't know, but that might just be me.
No, it's not just you. Don't worry, it's not just you.
So I was very confused, and then I thought, I guess it is. He is like a version of Superman, but he's evil and his family's evil. And I like seeing the evil Crypto. His name isn't Crypto, but I'm going to call him Crypto because I don't care. You know. I enjoyed the whole fight, and I don't know, it was just kind of fun but violent.
Fun but violent. You could have loved it.
Like melt the dog.
They melt the dog. Yeah, that's what you get if you poop on the carpet.
Yeah, and I think it's I don't know. Alter ego, you know, he's about to crush her hand. I don't know. The whole thing was interesting. I liked it. It was fun. It was not really campy, which was kind of weird. I was expecting it to be more campy than it was. So, like,
are either of you reading the Green Lantern book with any regularity?
No.
Okay, me neither. All right, so I agree with you a lot on this, Freyja. It has got that old school feel. I love the color schemes with the dots, very, very retro. The whole kind of story was a little bit retro in like Hal just doing normal straight up superhero things. There's no major premise or anything underlying that other than Hal's the hero, this is the bad guy. The stuff with the timey-wimey stuff probably adds that context, but because I'm not following the book, I have no idea what's going on. So I'm kind of just going to blow past that a little bit. It is a throwback book. The tone is definitely that. I don't know if it's just a little bit too smarmy about it, like it knows that it's throwback, you know. And I don't know if that's Grant Morrison's writing style, because I know some people love it or some people hate it. I don't know if it's trying just a little bit too hard, but I don't know. I'm still on the fence because I think Hal Jordan is probably the most boring character in DC Comics at the minute. And granted, I know
Hal Jordan's boring. What?
And I know these season books are supposed to be like tying all the various aspects of Jordan into one like continuity, but I just don't think I care that much. I like him. I like Emerald Dawn. I like it when he's an older guy. He's one of the few DC characters that DC let grow old. Because back when he was in Justice League Europe or Justice League International, I had all the white templed hair in there when he was dating Power Girl for a bit. So I quite like Old Man Jordan, but this is just I can take or leave it, but it's fine. Josh, what did you think? Was it your brightest day or was it your blackest night?
I can describe this book in 5 words.
Well, I'm glad I saved you to last then.
Yes. 90s nostalgia meets damn it, Barry.
Good shout. But tell us how you really think.
Okay, it wasn't bad, aside from the other book that I read on accident. God, I'm so pissed.
I wasn't going to mention it, but now you've brought it up. Now you've opened the can of worms.
Yeah,
well,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
No, it wasn't bad. It was kind of interesting to follow along Hyperman. It was like a bad version of Superman LARPing. I don't know. For a Green Lantern book, it wasn't bad. I definitely think Hal Jordan has an anger issue, which we've seen multiple times throughout Hal Jordan's history. It wasn't bad. I just wish Hal Jordan would come up with something more creative than a bunch of green fists to use. Like, come on, that ring, you can generate anything as a weapon.
Maybe Liam Sharp was on a deadline.
Maybe. It's like come up with something creative. If you're using this all-powerful ring to defeat your enemies, to protect your sector, expand your creativity on what can be generated. But it is what it is. Poor Calypso, the Hyper Hound, he got the shit end of the stick.
You did bless him. So did you guys appreciate the change in Sharp's art to make it more 90s?
I did.
Normally he's normally quite detailed, isn't he? He's quite statuesque in places. This is definitely a throwback.
It definitely was throwback. I like I actually like the artwork. My only issue is at the very beginning where you've got some of the lanterns in the background and their face just looks half-assed done.
The Freyja motif. Okay, cool.
I mean, yeah, I can't even. Like the page when they jump over to asteroid Juno, and literally one of the lanterns, his hand is borderline Jessica Cruz with 4 fingers or however that was, but his face looks like a chewed up piece of gum.
Okay. Maybe that's the alien species. Maybe he's from chewed gum world. Oh.
And don't be what the species.
Yeah.
He
Don't be
looks
specious. Chewing gum life matters.
Yeah, but you know what? He looks like Gumby was beaten with an ugly stick.
Was it the ugly shit stick that Crypto got?
No, I think Crypto got the better end of the deal.
You know, we started liking this book, and now look where we're at.
I still liked it compared to Teen Titans Go.
And on that note, let us jump on to our last book. It is, it's not Teen Titans Go, but Josh loves the Titans so much he read both the books this week. Well done, Josh.
Not the overachieving I wanted, damn it.
Yeah. What, you want, some sort of medal or something?
And let me guess, you're going to give me a death medal for that.
Yes, well done. Congratulations. So we're talking about Titans Together, the digital first book. It's the third issue. All right. Very much like the world's finest book we looked at last time. It's a two-parter. You get two stories for your book here. Congratulations. So we'll do it like we did last time. We'll do the first story first and the second story second. Makes sense. So first up is What's Normal, written by Mark Guggenheim, art by Steve Pugh, colors by Mike Spicer, letters by Marshall Dillon. Now, before we get into this, quick question for you both. What's your favorite Titans team? We'll go with Freyja first, I think.
Favorite Titan team. Well, I kind of like the original one with Raven, Starfire, Dick Grayson, and Beast Boy and Cyborg. I like them together. However, the whole thing with and it pains me to say it, with Jason Todd, I actually kind of like him being there instead of Dick Grayson because he's kind of an ass, and he needs someone like that in the team. You know?
And it's not Rick.
Yeah. Screw Rick.
Josh, what's been your favorite Teen Titans team over the years?
I like the original, although if we could take out Beast Boy, I'd be happier.
Okay, cool.
I've never been a fan of Beast Boy. I think he's an annoying little shit.
Okay.
I think he's DC's version of Nightcrawler. In attitude wise, not yeah. I like Nightcrawler. I loved him.
I feel like that was a slap to Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's insulting.
Hey, I like Nightcrawler in Excalibur. I think he was class in that. So
I mean,
Nightcrawler's great, but to compare him to Beast Boy, come on.
I can understand if you're talking about the Nightcrawler from X-Men Unlimited, I think I want to call it, that cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
And then I can see it because they do kind of act exactly the same. So
cool, excellent.
Fair enough.
I like the original. So I'm a mix of things. So I like the original. I like the original Raven. I liked it when it was Nightwing, not Robin. I like Cassie, and I like the Connor Superboy. So if I can mix them together, that's what I get. I like Starfire. Like you guys, I can do without Beast Boy. Yeah. So there you go. So this book is kind of a little bit out of continuity. So What's Normal? First up, Freyja, what did you think?
So silly me, when I went into this, I didn't expect it to have two stories. I was actually expecting, a cohesive story like all the others, but I can deal with this. But first story, I like Raven's design, especially when she's first transforming with, I like all of that. It's nice. I like the artwork for the most part. Except for when everyone, I don't know. Maybe they did it on purpose. I'm going to let it slide. I was going to say all of the cult members, they'll kind of, they look off, but I think they're meant to look off, so I'll give them a pass on that. Overall, the whole story, I don't know. It seemed a little lackluster to me. It just didn't. If they were actually a cult, I'm pretty sure the security guard would not have let this random chick just wander into the temple or whatever their church building or whatever
Yeah.
it is called.
It's class. This is restricted. You can't come in. Yeah, but I want to go in. All right, then go in.
Yeah. What? This is a gated, closed community. You can't come in here. Oh, I just was interested. All right, just go straight to the epicenter. Go to the center right there. Freaking stupid. If they were like, oh yeah, it's like they don't know how cults actually work. They give you a pamphlet. They send someone out to be friends with you. They're not gonna let you go into the center to see how crazy they are firsthand.
Yeah.
No, it's just ridiculous. And I was like, okay, well, that was so the story overall was just silly. I don't know why Nightwing's in his costume in their, Hall of Justice, whatever, Titan Tower. I'm like,
Titan Tower. Yeah.
can't you be in street clothes? I mean, no one's there except for you guys.
He's not wearing his masks. He's not wearing his masks. That's the thing,
I
right?
know he's not wearing his mask anyway. He's wearing half of the. He's like wearing the suit part, but not the mask. I'm like, that just doesn't defeats the point. Just be in some freaking sweatpants and a hoodie.
Yeah.
That can't possibly be covered. With your junk being like smashed up against, you cannot be freaking comfortable as a dude.
Maybe it's a onesie.
Very funny one. He bought his own merchandise.
Yeah. It's a Nightwing onesie.
Boy.
I know what I'm putting on my birthday list. Woohoo! Yes.
But yeah, that.
Wow.
So, it was just kind of. And who hires one security guard for a gated? So besides the ridiculousness of the story and just not really making any sense, it's not bad, but it's just.
Yeah, I think the fact that it's kind of when I looked this book when I read it, I kind of was like, you know what, this story, the first story is not that bad, and then that got me thinking. If I think this story is not that bad, what does that say for the rest of the Titan books? I was like, oh, it's best of a bad bunch, I guess. Josh, now you've managed to tear yourself away from Teen Titans Go.
Thank God.
What did you think of actual Titans? Kind of.
So, like Freyja, going into the first story.
Just the first story for now. Yeah.
I like Raven's design. I'm actually Raven's grown on me because she's kind of that no nonsense. I'm gonna hide my feelings, but I'm still gonna punish everyone for my feelings. But yeah, design-wise, I thought it was awesome. I don't know about you, but the cult leader kind of looked like a young Warren Jeffs.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. That cult. I've seen some people look like that, so that was kind of interesting for me.
Okay.
But
cool.
Honestly, the first story. Oh yeah, first story is a hell of a lot better than the Teen Titans Go book, by far, leaps and bounds, much better.
Leaps and bounds. All right, okay. So I mean, I agree. The art it's decent in places. It's a little bit wonky in others. People are walking around in their uniform in their own base. It's what Batman does, so it kind of works. What I like the most. I think the date pages are the best, where the guy's talking and they've got him going blah 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 all about me, blah 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 blah, not taking any interest. And her face on like the fourth panel, where it's just her face and she's kind of like chewing her lip, thinking what's going on. I think that's great. I love that. I don't know why she's getting spider sense at the bottom of that page though. It's like obviously I do because I read it, but it's a spider sense thing. I like the Raven design, even if it's not the original.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is what it is. I think from a digital first book, it's not meant to have any grand overarching reach other than the fact that it's meant to get interested in the characters. I'm not sure I would be interested in Raven if I just bought this off the cuff, but the saccharine sweet ending's just a little bit saccharine sweet, but it's okay, I guess. Second part of this is where are my notes? It's written. No, it isn't. Where are my notes? So it's written by Andrew Aiden, artist by Juan, would you say Gideon? Colorist is Mike Spicer again. Marshall Dillon is back on letters. And this is every fanboy's dream. It's the granddaddy of them all. It is the Raven and the Beast Boy team up. Take it away. Way!
Sorry, it involves HIPAA. I don't want to talk about it. I can't talk about it. That'd be a HIPAA violation.
Fine. Freyja, what did you think about this? The second half, what did you think?
Well,
Colors are nice. All right, okay. That's that for Freyja.
I was just gonna say Beast Boy as a kitty cat's adorable.
Yeah. So, I must admit, I think that is probably when I saw that transition from like that page to the next page, I had this daft smile on my face. Like, don't be such a kitten? what was you trying to say? And then, like, bearing in mind I was reading It's Tube the Clock with the dog chewing my foot this morning. Then I got it. I was like, yes. Very
It took you a bit to figure out what the joke was.
Yeah. What can I say? We've got a new puppy. The damn thing's like, loves my feet. So never mind.
Okay, so I kind of picked up that they're trying to be silly, or at least I'm hoping they're actually trying to be silly for this entire thing, because this entire story is just freaking ridiculous, and it's kind of in a good way. In the whole, I mean, he's a freaking cat with muscle arms walking around like an ape. I'm pretty sure they're not trying to take this story too seriously. And then he's a pterodactyl with a cattail. I mean, the whole thing's ridiculous. And I like Jason at the end. It's like, ugh, like, what the hell, dude? But if you don't take it seriously and you see this whole story as a joke, it's not that bad. Art-wise, also, I can't take it seriously because there's just some panels are really good and some that's obviously supposed to be a joke, and it's hard to like nitpick it because like Raven has this creepy smirk on her face after Beast Boy turns into a cat and she's walking down the hall. I'm like, this whole thing's just freaking ridiculous. So I can't. It's hard to critique because they're not taking themselves seriously, so I can't take the whole thing seriously.
Fair enough.
But the whole thing is like the whole premise of like medical people selling your medical information, which is supposed to be completely confidential, to a company. It's not, didn't they do that recently?
Don't they have to do that? Yeah, at the minute.
Well, I mean, they did like we have the coronavirus tracker, so everyone who tests positive, and that is a HIPAA violation because all of your medical stuff should be, private, but they sold it to some app company. So, I mean, I don't like doing political stuff, and because this is like, it's a ridiculous thing, but it's something that happened, and it's just.
I think it's.
Like,
I'm going to play devil's advocate. I think the whole idea of this story and the coronavirus, I think it's got to be a coincidence. There's no way they're going to try and put something as political as people's personal data in a book that is clearly aimed at that Teen Titans cartoon, the one before the current one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is that the daft humor one, not the zany 5-minute short one. There's no way, because they're going to try and, because I mean, this book's not aimed at us. This book's got to be a kid's book, surely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's just a coincidence, and that's just me playing devil's advocate,
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I agree with it. We have track and trace over here as well. So it's a thing. So there are.
But if this, so to flip it a little bit more, because I work in healthcare, because I have to understand and follow HIPAA policies and procedures and all of that. If this book is geared towards kids, what kid is honestly going to know about HIPAA? And understand what HIPAA really is.
Well, that's
Really?
that's why they kind of put the conceit in there, isn't it? They're saying that what's happening is if somebody goes and gets medical treatment, then they can use that information to work out that Barry Allen's the Flash.
No. I get that part.
That's the kids element. The kids reason pushed thrown in there. Yeah, so kids don't have to worry about any sort of other legality issues that are kicking around right now.
Yeah, it just I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, this story is so swinging back and forth of it's serious, it's not serious, it's it's for kids, it's not really, because what kid would know what HIPAA is, but then they're explaining what HIPAA is. You went and got a shot today, Beast Boy. It's
yeah,
the whole thing is just kind of you don't really know where it's supposed to be because it's just swinging all over the place, and that's why it. And it's the same with the art. It's the whole thing is just let's swing around.
That's what she said. All right, okay.
And then Beast Boy turns into a kitten. That's all, folks.
Yay.
And not a spider because he doesn't like spiders.
I don't freaking like spiders.
I don't like spiders either. You want this? Yeah, it's I don't understand why they call it Titans when only two of them. Well, I suppose you can count. Yeah, so why can't I just call it Raven when she's had 2 miniseries, well, maxi series in fact recently. So you could get away with calling it Raven and be done with it. So she's got she's huge in the Justice League Dark Apocalypse war movie. So so she's got some attention from that point of view. She's a known character. So I just hate when they do stuff like this, but if it gets people buying comics, I suppose it's a good thing. So I might, as Frey picked the Green Lantern and the Titans book, I might ban Frey from picking books next time. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Woo! I picked a book that wasn't hated. Yay!
I am joking, Frey. Please don't pick Harley Quinn. All right. So before we have a quick shout out for something important, comic book wise, anything else kind of floated your boat recently?
No, I'm kind of annoyed at the whole announcement of the Gotham PD spinoff thing that was announced.
Yeah, so Gotham PD is getting its own TV show even before the Batman movie comes out, so that's impressive.
But wasn't the whole point of Batman getting involved was that the Gotham Police Department was, I don't know, corrupt?
Rubbish at the job.
and taking handouts from the mafia and stuff, and that's why Gotham's such a crap hole. But there are good cops, but they're way outnumbered by the bad cops. Wasn't that the whole point?
Yeah.
Well,
did anybody read Justice League Odyssey this week?
No.
No. Okay, you can miss that out. I don't have to worry about that one. Batman 94, you enjoyed that one?
It was all right.
Yeah. Cool. All right, cool. So check them out. There's a whole range of books out. Justice League's out. Justice League Odyssey. Batman's out there. Detective. Batman Gotham Knights is also kicking around. The Superman book. So there's plenty of DC material. DC are getting their stuff out into the stores and digitally. Unlike Marvel, who are only shipping 4 books a week, it seems. All right, cool. Right.
And they're not all number ones, right?
They're not. Oh God, they're not. And they're terrible. Don't tell anyone on MPP I said that, but they are. Okay, so currently we are living in a crazy world right now. There's lots of stuff going on. There's lots of COVID stuff that we kind of have to be aware of. Things that we can't control. People are losing lives every single day, and it's a tragedy that can't be stopped by one person. However, that said, someone very dear to us has a family member who is going through some stuff. And guys, you can help. This is a little 9-year-old girl. Freyja, would you like to tell us a little bit more?
All right, so this is actually my cousin's daughter. Her name is Brooklyn. She's an 8-year-old. She's the sweetest little girl. They found a tumor in her brain near her spine area. It was at the base of her brain. It was the size of a golf ball. She recently had to go into surgery to try to get it removed. And there's about a 30 to 40% complication rate because, when you get tumors removed, they can break apart and then that can go to other parts of the body. So she's going through a lot, and thankfully their hospital's allowing her parents to be there for her because most hospitals are not allowing people to be in the hospitals. So that's a really good thing that this little girl isn't completely alone in the hospital. But because of this whole thing and because of COVID, they do need help with medical costs and like her recovery costs. So we're trying to gather money for them so that they can, help pay for all of that for Brooklyn. This tumor, there was an update. The tumor did come out successfully. They still don't know if it's cancerous or if it was malignant. So we're still waiting on that. So that's the update for now. And she is able to kind of move a little bit by herself. But also, when you do get a tumor removed, she won't be able to go to school. So that means that once again, the family, both parents can't work. One of them has to stay because she's going to be susceptible to seizures and whatnot. So yeah, if you can just donate if you can, or share any helps. So it would be much appreciated.
It's a stark reminder, I guess, in the world that despite all the news that Corona and COVID gets across the world, not just in the UK, not just in the US, there are real patients, real people suffering from a whole range of other medical issues. As Freyja said, if you can go donate, there's a GoFund page. Every little bit helps, every share helps. So we don't normally do this sort of thing, but we love Freyja bits, and she's one of our guys. And we'd love to help her and help her cousin's daughter. So if you can help, feel free. Okay. Right. So all nice and seriousness aside, thanks guys for yet another fantastic pod. Really enjoyed talking Titans. We don't talk Titans enough. That's not an invitation to read any more Titan books, Josh. Don't get like your hopes up.
Oh, well,
And we'll check in with Green Lantern again sometime next year. Other than that, this is the machine saying don't forget to check out all the other pods on the UCPN, and we'll see you in 2. Adios.